Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, man's head found in Manchester identified as that of missing senior citizen. Police in Manchester do not suspect foul play in the death of a 74-year-old man whose decomposed head was found separated from its torso in bushes in Mansfield District, south of Manchester on Saturday. Police say relatives identified the remains as that of Timothy Burton, a resident of Mansfield District, who was reported missing on Christmas Day. Police had said Burton was last seen at home about 8 p.m. wearing a red shirt, blue jeans, and a pair of black shoes. A police source said investigators believe Burton died as a result of misadventure. He wandered away. He has Alzheimer's, so he couldn't survive without a caregiver, but he still lived alone. He went missing from around the Grand Market, said the source. The body was decomposed and the dogs hauled it away. People saw bones and the dogs were messing with it. It's a death investigation. No foul play suspected, added the source. Harry Douglas, former MP for St. Mary's South East, has died. Former People's National Party Member of Parliament for St. Mary's South Eastern, Harry Douglas, has died. Douglas passed away on Saturday at the St. Joseph's Hospital in Kingston after a long illness. He was 83. Douglas served as a St. Mary's South Eastern MP from 1989 to 2007 when he retired from representational politics. During his political career, he also served as a Minister of State in the Ministry of Water and Housing. A senior member of the PNP's executive body in St. Mary's South East said that the party is grateful for Douglas's contribution to the constituency and the nation at large. Douglas is survived by his wife Denise and the children. Gun and ammo seized in St. James and St. Andrew. Law enforcement officials in St. James and St. Andrew carried out successful operations over the last 24 hours, recovering a firearm and ammunition. In St. James, police seized a Glock 9mm pistol with an empty magazine during a search in gutters on Friday. According to reports, lawmen discovered the firearm inside an abandoned car on the side of the road at approximately 7 a.m. No arrests were made. Meanwhile, on Saturday, officers attached to the St. Andrew Central Police Division recovered 25 shotgun cartridges during a targeted raid on Swallowfield Avenue, Kingston 5. Reports indicate that the stadium police found the cartridges on the roof of a dwelling house during the operation, which commenced around 6:15 a.m. There were no arrests. Man left at hospital over safety concerns, appeals for home. An unsuccessful murder attempt has left one man confined to a hospital bed for almost 2 years, fearful that those who wanted him dead might finish the job if he returns home. It is a fear his family also shares. The man, whose identity is being withheld for this reason, said he was shot in the back multiple times, limiting his mobility. His family, unable to arrange alternative accommodations, has not visited the health institution out of fear that they'll be asked to take him home if they do. Now classified as one of the country's social cases, meaning people who have been abandoned at hospitals by their loved ones, the man is appealing for a safe place to call home. From last year, I tell them that I was discharged and they must come for me. From then on, no one wanted to take a call from me. They didn't call me and they didn't come for me. When I do get them and ask them why them not come for me, them say them afraid to carry me back to the same place, he told the news. He shared that since then, he has only had one visitor, a trusted friend, who often brings him care packages. My family would give the person stuff sometimes, and they would take it to me, but they don't want to come to visit me. Then we'll just come and stay outside and give the person the stuff and let them come in, and then they would go away, he shared. A father of 3 adult children, he said he longs to see them again and misses the familiar warmth of their embrace. He shared that the hospital, while a safe place for him, has been very lonely and he wishes he could return to the outside world. I just want them to get somewhere they could let me go and stay and not be in the hospital. Maybe I could have friends and other people come and visit me there at times. I just wish I could have somewhere to go but here," he said, tears welling up in his eyes. "Sometimes me sad, sometimes me there, and I cry and them stuff there," he told the news, wiping tears from his eyes that he could no longer hold back. However, each time he removed a teardrop, which was evidence of his pain, another rolled down his cheek, prompting him to repeatedly grab a rag from his bedside table to wipe his face. After a few seconds, he collected himself and apologized to the reporter. He shared that he was simply heartbroken about the situation and could not contain his emotions. "Sometimes I'm here and it's just the grace of God keeping me alive. Sometimes I wish I even would just die and get it over with," he shared. "Me just sad that I'm in the hospital, because on holidays I used to go out and do stuff. I'm not sure what I would be doing, but I know I would be going out to enjoy myself. Maybe go to the country," he told the news. As he reflected on fond memories, he shared that he loves to swim and would always be near an open body of water, soaking up the sun before he took a dive off the coast. While his dreams of swimming again won't materialize because the gun attack resulted in him being paralyzed, he still hopes to one day revisit the sea and take in the familiar scent of salt water. "I just wish they could just find somewhere to put me to go, so I could just be out of the hospital. Sometimes I might can go visit the sea and those places, even the rivers or so," he shared, appealing for anyone who can assist to come forward. The issue of social cases in hospitals has been a growing concern for Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, who said it is putting a strain on hospital resources. Tufton has over the years made several appeals for family members to take their loved ones home. However, the problem persists. Golding urges PNP supporters to stay on alert for general election. People's National Party President Mark Golding is urging supporters to remain on high alert as the general parliamentary election could be called before September. Addressing supporters at a workers' meeting on Wednesday, Mr. Golding urged them to avoid becoming complacent due to the party's positive showing in recent polls. He stressed that reaching out to the electorate is a key ingredient in securing a PNP victory.
High no win election, you know. High no win election. Proud no win election. What matters is how many people come out and put them beside the head in the ballot box. So when you count them up, we are more than them. A simple thing. And as has been said, the way that we ensure victory is by, first of all, our kindergartens analyzing numbers historically and set the targets for each constituency, each division, build it right up from people. Then now, the workers have to go there and canvass the people there and find out how many PNP people are out there. And if we're below our target, the candidate and others have to go out there and persuade people to come on board so that they can be added to the PNP list. And once we have the list and we're on target on election day, we just make sure so we go for them. It's a good feeling, the vibe is right, the environment is conducive, the energy is with the People's National Party. Jamaican people fed up by this government, disgusted by this government. They want change and they see a united PNP with a leader of integrity, a leader who will listen and care, and they want us. We just need to go and do what we have to do to make sure we can.
Digital anti-human trafficking course launched. The Office of the National Rapporteur on Trafficking in Persons has launched a digital anti-human trafficking course to heighten awareness of the problem locally. National Rapporteur and the Children's Advocate, Dan Gordon Harrison, says that the course is aimed at bringing awareness to the issue within the context of the Jamaican reality. Mrs. Gordon Harrison says it is important that every Jamaican be armed with the necessary information to fight the scourge of human trafficking. She says that the course is designed from a Jamaican perspective. The course may also be accessed via the website www.onrtip.gov.gm.
I continue to say that the biggest threat that Jamaica faces in the anti-human trafficking fight is that absence of knowledge, that absence of recognition that human trafficking is not a foreign thing, but it is in fact a Jamaican thing, and it affects Jamaicans both in our country and outside of our country. So this particular launch is really geared towards building the awareness and sensitizing Jamaicans of all walks of life that this thing is real, but more importantly, what it looks like within the Jamaican context. It talks about those situations that we see in our communities, those situations that we hear about in our neighborhoods, and those situations that sometimes we see every day and have no idea that this is human trafficking hidden in plain sight before our very eyes. Very importantly as well is it tells us what to do if we see these situations that are very much a part of our culture sometimes unfolding. And it also, at the end of the day, if you persevere to the end of the course, certifies you as someone who has completed and who is to be recognized now as a doctored stalwart, if you will, in the anti-human trafficking fight.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.